Welcome to the Astrotherapy podcast. I am your host, Ciela Winter, and I am thrilled to dive deep into the inner realms of provocative thought while discovering an array of astrological and psychological insights to accompany us on this quest of self-inquiry. Hello. Hello. What a new moon in Scorpio that we have right now. Are you feeling it? I just want to stay in my robe. So I am. The question I ask now, are you free? Life is beautiful. It is such a gift. Perhaps it's the biggest gift of all. To be alive. And yes, it comes with a full spectrum of human experience that is both shattering and exhilarating, expansive and terrifying, possible and trying, all at the same time. How is it that I get to wake up every morning into this glorious mystery, drink my matcha, and experience something completely new and different if I so choose to become aware of the new and different, which is a choice? Am I in fact free to change my mind and life at any moment? And am I not free if I forget to do this? These are the questions I'm contemplating right now, while today is a new moon in Scorpio. A new moon is a threshold crossing. It's a moment of completion of the last moon cycle and a release of the energy and processes that we have just lived over the course of the past month. It is also the beginning. Death and rebirth, same but different. A new moon marks an entrance, the very fertile beginning that is still dark, internal, and ready to nourish the new seeds planted. So those of you who are Scorpios and those of you who are in touch with your inner Scorpio understand that this sign is incredibly intense, passionate, and very spirited in nature. It's spirited about transformation. And yet Scorpio is also very selective, seductive, and secretive. So only the truly daring get to fully relish in this season with an invitation to go deeper than perhaps ever before. A little something about Scorpios. We perhaps only receive 10% of what is really going on in the world, the interplay of a Scorpio. They are so private. They are so intimate with themselves. They can go so deep, so much deeper than any other sign. So for others during Scorpio season who are not fully embodying their inner Scorpio, the threat to the ego is strong, and especially on this new moon. And so if you're living from an egoic or unconscious compass internally, the lessons will prove difficult on purpose. So what does this mean for you? Perhaps this moment is one of reflecting upon an egoic process that you are completing or being internally ushered toward to work on and transform within yourself. What challenges have come up for you to resolve since the last new moon in the solar eclipse in Libra? That was just a month ago. It feels like years ago. It is important to note that we have endured a powerful eclipse season, okay? I think you know this past month. And we put a 2-year cycle between Scorpio and Taurus eclipses to bed. So we are thrilled to be on the other side of this. But are we on the other side? Not quite yet. Right now is the threshold crossing. This new moon in Scorpio is very, very important, as it is the completion of the last month that we have just lived, with a last month which will reverberate for the next 6 months. So we have to enter into a timeless, nonlinear, kind of spiral-esque understanding of time and how astrology works, because seeds are planted and they reverberate. Certain transits are a break, a cataclysm, and they vibrate into the past and the future. Other transits are bountiful seeds that flourish and grow later over time. Sometimes it's all of the above. So when we explore a moment, we have to be open to the past, the present, and the future of that moment simultaneously to really understand the ramifications, the consequences, or the invitation of what that moment is presenting. So, all of that to say, if you haven't let go yet, let go now. Are you gripping with unconscious might? Do yourself a favor and assess your nervous system, your intuition, your inner knowing, and your health. Are all parts of you in flow? What is out of alignment? It may be time to surrender something into the cauldron of Scorpio. Also, there is a particular uncomfortable dynamic at play as this new moon is conjunct with Mars, which turns up the heat, and is also opposite Uranus, which inevitably rocks and shocks the boat. Spicy, untamed, aggressive, and selfish motives may disrupt your moment, either externally or internally, or both, meaning it could show up in your relationships or in your relationship to yourself, or your relationship to your creator, whoever that is, whatever that is. It is time to take pause, review yourself, and be accountable, but mostly observe and stay humble, maybe even lay low, as the instability of this astrology can lead to difficulty if improperly harnessed. This is me laying low as I grab my robe. And ... energy is energy. I've learned this in many different circumstances of life, having to work with extremely negative energy coming in my direction and learning how to transmute it for my benefit. That's called alchemy, and it's possible. So, energy is energy. There's a lot of it right now. And I recommend to not let yourself off the hook too easily around this energy, because that could be a disservice. I know you might be tired, and I certainly can relate, as it is such a big moment of life with a lot of energy moving in all directions. But instead of getting distracted or scattering your energy, I encourage you to find focus, to get still within, and to seek refuge there. Your energy can be channeled powerfully through conscious relating with it. And now is a really good time to double down on your personal practices and revitalize from the inside with this lightning power of Uranus at your fingertips. It's best to keep focused on inner work, I would say, as the veils remain thin, and it is a great time to see our shadow at play, to learn from it and transmute it through self-compassion and understanding. Infinite wisdom lives inside of you, and if humble enough to break the egoic barriers to entry down just a bit, you might just find yourself swimming through your underworld with heavenly golden light from above guiding you towards freedom. That sounds wonderful. What a great way to explore and experience this Scorpio new moon. So all my best to you, and please receive the peace of my heart that lives inside these words.